Hi guys! So we're here now at Polytechnic University of the Philippines and we're gonna ask the students what is GMO. So let's start. So Ate, do you have idea what is GMO? I don't have any idea. Thank you. Do you have an idea what is GMO? Do you have an idea what is GMO?
I'm sorry, I have no idea about GMO.
Do you have an idea what is GMO? How about this? Thank you. So Ate, do you have an idea what is GMO? Kayo. Do you have an idea what is GMO? Do you have an idea what is GMO?
Yes, I do have an idea about GMO.
So what is GMO?
I do believe that GMO are what we call genetically modified organisms. And that's all.
So overall, we found that students do not have much idea what is genetically modified organisms. For everyone's awareness, let's watch this One a Fact segment about GMO.
Good afternoon, my fellow curious people. For today's episode of One Fact, we will talk about the fast-growing method of modifying organisms such as food and medicine and so much more. The genetic modified organism, or simply GMO. But before I present to you the people or our guest speakers who will raise their points about this topic, let us first watch this short video about what is a GMO. Roll VTR.
GMO are the organisms which was genetically modified. It is far more used in medicine, as well on our food. Scientists use genetic engineering to directly modify the DNA of a plant seed on the spot. This process comes in handy, which is an advantage in our world's growing population. Today, 80% of our food contains some of the GMOs such as canola, wheat, corn, soy, and sugar beets.
And now that we have the idea on what GMO is, let us dig deeper. May I present to you our guest speakers. First off, we have in the affirmative side, Dr. Gonsin and Dr. Hula. And from the opposing side, we have Dr. Crush and Dr. Strange. For our today's hashtag, you can use hashtag GMO debate. Please let us hear your thoughts and opinions about this topic, and we will give some after this debate. Let us start, curious people.
There are many benefits of genetically modified objects in the field of agriculture and the environment.
In the field of agriculture, humans genetically modifying plant crops. Plants have been genetically engineered to create enhanced crops. Many of their expected organizations says that consuming foods containing ingredients derived from genetically modified crops is no riskier than consuming the same foods containing ingredients from normal crop plants modified by conventional plant improvement techniques.
I, together with Dr. Crash, stand for the opposition side because we stand for the eradication of the use of genetically modified organisms. Because as you can see, we are now living together with the widespread of genetically modified organisms such as the corns, the dairy products, the crops, and other agricultural materials that are genetically engineered. So with that, that kind of organisms that were genetically engineered gives harm not only to humans but also to our nature. So we stand to stop the usage of it, and so that we can control and minimize the harms that can get. So having the knowledge that there is a conflict about the genetically modified organisms, we led that GMO should be stopped, and that's all.
The very concept of this, however, caused a public outcry, stopping this technology being put to use. This brings us back to the unintentional spreading of engineered DNA. There have been cases of GMOs growing where they weren't planted, but GM plants can run wild entirely. Many crops pollinate themselves and all crops have to be related to mingle. There are also cultural methods like buffer zones to keep an intentional crossing at a minimum.
The tweets and comments about GMO are overwhelming. The hashtag GMO want a fact is currently the most tweeted hashtag on the Philippines right now. So here are some of the tweets from Aripota. She said that GMO are very helpful. I think people should be aware that we are now living in a society where genetically modified foods are normal in the market like corn, potatoes, and dairy products. And yes, I agree with her. But here's another tweet from Little Mama 03. This debate is very knowledgeable. Parents should watch this so they know the GM products inside the grocery and become careful of what they buy. So guys, that's true. We should be aware of what we buy in the grocery. It's for our safety. So for those people who wasn't able to tweet, you can still tweet your thoughts and opinions. Just use the hashtag GMO1Effect. Back to you, Rika.
Through genetic engineering, farmers can raise more food and at the same time reduce agricultural impact on the environment.
GMOs are one of the several plant breeding technologies that help farmers grow more food using less inputs like pesticide on land. GMOs also help improve air quality. GMO crops allow farmers to till the land less often, using less tractor fuel and releasing less trapped CO2 in the soil, reducing carbon emissions by 58.8 billion pounds. That's like removing nearly 12 million cars from the road for a whole year. GMOs also help reduce water pollution. Less soil till means better moisture retention in the soil and reduced runoff, saving more than 6,400 bodies of water from the soil, crop residue, and chemicals. GMOs benefit not only the environment, but also our daily life.
Another concern with the GMO principle is what if it was unintentionally crossed with non-GMO? Is the food that comes from GM crops different to food that comes to non-GM crops? So these kinds of questions raise doubts and fear for people to eat GM products.
For example, Bt crops, a gene borrowed from the Bacillus thuringiensis, engineered plants produce a protein that destroys the digestive system of a specific plant. The plant makes its own pesticide. Insects that eat it may die. That sounds alarming. Pesticide sprays could be washed off, while the poison in Bt crops is inside the plant.
But it's actually really not a big deal. Poison is just a question of perspective. What's harmless to one species might kill another. However, on a different perspective, plants engineered to be resistant to certain weed killers. Thus, the farmers use them widely, and this becomes a big business for pesticide industry.
Farmers have a strong incentive to rely on using pesticide, casting a more balanced ways of managing weeds aside. And that is the most fundamental problem with GMO. This technology is actually targeting the agriculture and the practice of huge business corporations that can control our food supply. We must change the agricultural to a more sustainable model.
As stated by the bad side, there seems to be lack of research about GMOs in general, and the research that has been done thus far does not show a promising future for our world if their use continues at the rate it is. GMOs negatively affect all aspects of life, not limited to health reasons but also to economic. The most worrisome aspect of GMO production is all that it is unknown.
today's crops are developed with specific benefits in mind, both for the farmers who grow them and the consumers who purchase them. Crops that are genetically engineered to fight diseases are saving not only the foods we love, but the industries that grow them. Furthermore, farms that grow GMOs require less diesel to power their tractors and thus produce less carbon dioxide. Less carbon dioxide mean that GM farms have a smaller carbon footprint and are thus more eco-friendly in this area. GMOs as a technology are actually an ally and not an enemy in this fight, helping to save and protect nature and minimize our impact in the environment.